Guys, let's talk about city landing pages. I'm going to show you how to build some, show you some of the um, specific things that you need to have in each one. So I am with ERS, and what you're going to do with this is you're going to go to website, you're going to go to website editor. Now, typically, what you're going to do is you're going to go in and create a new, I'm not sure, they used to have city landing pages. But anyway, I'm going to go into one of my pre-built ones and I want to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to go and edit this one. And like I said, this one is already made. But what you're going to do is you're going to click on, we're going to add an element. Now, I have premium, so I'm not sure I'm going to have this or not. But you want to go into your elements and you want to look for something that says SEO. This is a great starter tool for you. So SEO template is usually my go-to, and this is going to get you different, your H1 title tag, different content, pictures. It's just a good little sales funnel. You're also going to have your FAQ section to make it very easy. And then if you would like, you can add content later. But what you want to start out with first is you want to start out with what is called an H1 title tag. Your H1 title tag is going to include your city name and the service or your keyword that you're wanting to rank for. So, for instance, this one right here is Bounce House Rentals, Tifton, Georgia. It could be Tifton, Georgia, Bounce House Rentals. Also, a very important key fact here is that when you are working on your meta description, um, your first piece of the meta description you want to have line up with your H1 title tag. So you can see Tifton Bounce House Rentals. You can see Bounce House Rentals, Tifton, Georgia. They don't have to be exact, but as long as they're very, very similar. You can see up here, I don't have the state. Down here, I do. But then you want to start with each city landing page. You want to have a minimum of an 800 word. I can't talk today, guys. Of an 800 word count. Now, I'm always shooting for 1,200 to 1,500 words. I don't want to be right at that minimum. And then, of course, what you're going to do is you're going to go into ChatGPT and you're going to tell ChatGPT all about your business. You're going to tell them your business name, your phone number. You're going to tell them what different items you offer all around bounce house rentals. If you offer unicorn theme, dinosaur theme, you want to include that stuff in here. And then you want to tell ChatGPT to act as an SEO expert and list this out exactly how you need to put it on your web page. And so they're going to spit out your H1 title tag, and then they're going to take it down from there. So the good thing about a SEO template like this with ERS is that your first title tag is going to be the only H1 title tag. So you do not want more than one H1 title tag. You're going to confuse Google. You don't want to confuse Google. You want to make it simple, stupid for Google. So that is your H1 title tag. And then you can see this right here. I've got these, each paragraph is blocked off into different content. You don't have to do that. But what I would suggest you doing is, let's say this is 300 words of content. You want to put about 300, 400 words of content into each block below your H1 or your H2 or your H3 title. So that's going to be your first information about that. And you're going to see your business name. We know Bounce House Rentals in Tifton, Georgia. You want to reaffirm what you just said in your H1 title tag. All right. And so we're going to throw in party rental business. Hopefully, ChatGPT will do this for you if you give it the right prompt. It's not too hard. Then we're going to reaffirm again. We're going to throw in the keywords like bounce house rentals. You can see inflatable games, obstacle courses. You're going to throw in some more keywords that are associated with bounce house rentals. And then you're going to get like this template has a place for a good picture. Sometimes ERS already has some up in there. If you wanted to make a nice looking graphic up in Canva, you could. It's not necessary. If you got a good picture of a bounce house setup, maybe in a backyard or at an event, you can throw that in there. So from here on out, you're not going to use any more H1 title tags. Now, if you notice, we can't tell the difference between this H1 and this is actually an H2 title tag, but Google can. And the way this template is set up in ERS can, and Google, it will communicate with Google. So anyway, this right here is your H2 tag. Now it might look something like this. You might see some brackets here, and this is completely normal. Now check this out when I update it. You're not going to see the H2 because I'm getting into the coding aspect of it. But you can see this right here. You're reaffirming to Google exactly what you're trying to rank for. So looking for the best bounce house rentals in Tifton, Georgia. Or if I need to put in Tifton, Georgia. You want it to make sense also. You don't want to sound spammy. So you can see right here, this is a great little paragraph right here. Bounce houses go by many different names, can be found by searching online for things like bounce house rentals, Tifton, Georgia. We're going to reaffirm our H1 title tag or bounce houses near me. Did you also know they're known as moonwalks, bouncers, bouncy castles, jumper, jumpy thing, bouncy slides? And we're giving Google some great content here, but we're also kind of telling the customer and more importantly, Google, like, hey, we're not just talking about bounce houses. We're talking about jumpy castles, brinkas, however you say that. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about Tifton, Georgia. So all of this content, we're training Google, we're telling Google rather that we want to rank for this and we are an expert. So right here, this is probably an H2 or H3 title tag. Um, Great party ideas. So we're just going to build out some more content. Hopefully ChatGPT has already done this for you. Then we're going to go back in with an H2 or H3 title tag. Definitely not an H1. You don't want to confuse Google. And you're going to just do a different variation of your first H1 title tag. So you can see we did #1 bounce house rentals. And we're going to put some more content. Now another little picture or whatever. Now here's another link that I threw in this one. It's going to take you back to the store because you want this to act like a sales funnel. Very important part of your content building is FAQ questions. Google loves FAQ questions. They love to see that you're doing them. Take the time and do it. Put the information in there. All right. Then we could talk a little bit about how to do a booking. We're going to throw in there other different sources for to get back to our store. Here's one thing I love: cheap bounce house rentals. People search that all the time. Um, Cheap bounce house rentals in Tifton, cheap bounce house rentals in Atlanta, whatever the city would be. And so you can see how we get that title tag, which is not an H1. It's going to be H2, H3. It's going to be lower than H1, but we do not offer cheap bounce houses. We do, however, have the best line of affordable bounce houses. So we kind of take that title tag and we convert it. All right. So very, very easy to do. All right. So on every single landing page, I'm always going to have a store option. I want people to see and have very easy access to get back to my stores. And then another thing, what we're going to do on each city landing page, every single page of this website, I'm going to have a reference back to my Google Business Store. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to big Google map. We're going to drag that over. I've already got it here, so I'm not going to do it. And then what we're going to do is on our Google business listing, we're going to go to the map section and we're going to go to where it says embed a map. We're going to get that code, we're going to copy it, and then we're going to come back in here and we're going to paste it. Obviously, I've already done that, guys. But this right here, we're telling Google that We service this area. This is our area. They already know we're a service-based business, and this is our location. Now, a different variation that I've done on some of my clients' pages and mine is if this is a town, let's say 30 minutes away, I'm going to take driving directions from that town that's 30 minutes away. I'm going to put in, you know, Dallas, Texas, and then I'm going to put my warehouse, my house, wherever my location is to my business, and I'm going to do driving directions. And you're telling Google that, hey, we service this area. We're going to kind of tie it together, kind of wrap it up in a neat little bow. All right, so that is basics of a city landing page. You got to remember content. You got to remember your H1 title tag and drop down from there, H2, H3, H4. You can go down as lower. All those are, think of it like subcategories. You got your main tag, then you're going to drop down, you're going to kind of indent a little bit more. So basically, all I'm doing right here, I'm using H1, H2, and H3 title tags. Don't necessarily have to go much lower. One other very important thing, what you want to do is we're going to use this for an example. So, whatever city you're trying to rank for, you want to tie what we call backlinks or interlinking, chain linking. You want to tie links of this back to that city. And so I've got all my fonts in the same color, so it's hard to find up here. I'm not going to search through, but you can see right here, I actually gave a backlink to somebody that I work with, and they have a party idea website. And so they went and linked to me. I went and linked to them. That's something we'll get into later with backlinks. But you can see this different color of font right there. That's what we call a link. All right. And it looks like this. So the way you're going to do it, let's say this special celebration, let's say that said Tifton, Georgia. Well, what you're going to want to do is, um, let's see, best bounce house rentals in Tifton, Georgia. And then take this in here, highlight it all, and then look for something like this. It's going to be the link button and go in here and then find your city um, government page. So it's going to look something like this. Let me move this. So go in and Google whatever city you're in, Tifton, Georgia, and then usually, typically, you're either going to have a Wikipedia page come up or you're going to have their website come up. So you're going to take that website and you're going to tie it back to where were we editing this to the URL. And we basically created a clickable link that is going to tie back to the city. This is basically, we're creating links chains from our website to other reputable websites. So I could do this for other websites in my city. You know, if there's a great ice cream place, you know, or a great bakery, and people are always getting birthday cakes from the bakery, you could go in there, you could say, you know, for the best bounce house rentals that pair with the best, you know, birthday cake bakery in Tifton, Georgia, and give them a backlink. And then what you can do is you can actually, this is getting a little bit in the deep end, but you can actually go after backlinks this way. And you could say, hey, we're in the same city. You know, we're kind of in the same space. I do birthday parties, you do birthday parties. So what if we work together? I'll give you a backlink on my website. You give me a backlink on your website, and we're going to build credibility. We're going to kind of go up that ladder with Google, and it's not an overnight thing, but definitely helps your credibility. So that's one of the things you can do. The other thing you can do this is in a different piece of content is not just embed your Google Business Map, but actually go in there and do a link back to your Google Business listing. So you want to go into share under your Google Business listing. You want to get that code, which is going to be different from your embed code, and you want to paste it right here. So obviously, whatever that would be, you paste it right there. And then um, So then you're creating a backlink almost for your Google business listing. So one more thing you want to be tagging, and that is your homepage. So at some point in here, what you want to do is I try not to do it on my title tags, but I do it in the content. So the best bounce house rentals in Tifton, Georgia. I'm going to go in there and I want to create a link back to my homepage. So same thing, I'm going to go and click on the link, and then I'm going to go in and do a link back to my homepage. And then we're creating a chain effect with our website. So we got our homepage at the top, and then we got Tifton, Georgia bounce house rentals. And so it's tying in to our homepage. So we're basically telling Google that, hey, this is relevant. It's a little bit different of a branch, kind of like a branch in a tree, but it's relevant to what we're doing here. Guys, that is about it. So you want to watch out for your title tags. You want to look for your hyperlinking, your chain linking from websites. You want to tie to other people, and you want to embed your Google business listing through hyperlink. You want to embed your Google business map, and you want to just make it user friendly. After you place your store, go back through. Just don't take ChatGPT's content as gold. Go on there. You're gonna have to change some stuff to make it make sense. And you do one or two of these, you'll go back in 6 months or a year, and you'll think as you get more experience, you're like, what was I thinking? And you will update it, and you're gonna get better at it, and then you're gonna get better, and you're gonna increase in the rankings and all this good stuff. All right, one last very important fact. What you need to do is after you do this, you need to go to Google Console, and you need to, I'm not going to do this on this, guys, but remember, if you're watching this, you should have already done your Google Console indexing. So what you're going to do is take this URL that you just created through the Tifton Bounce House, whatever your URL name is for it. Take that URL, go into indexing in Google Console, and index this one individual page. So you go to that magnifying glass, you put the URL in there, inspect it, and then once it shows that it's live, which it should do, after like 15 seconds or so, then you're going to do request indexing. Google might not do it right away, but they are going to put it in their queue, and they're going to get to it. And then you'll want to check back with Google Console in 30 days or so. You want to make sure that has been indexed, and you're going to be in business. This right here, city landing pages, are going to help set you apart from a big majority of your competitors. If you're in smaller areas, a lot of your competitors will not have done this type of stuff. But I'm telling you, if you will put in the work, this will help you with SEO. It'll help you in the organic rankings. It's going to help your business on Google Business Profile get more credibility also. So put in the work, do it, go do it now, go do the work. All right.